Hey guys, and welcome back. Well, Chris Rock's new Netflix special has the internet buzzing. I tell you, his rant against Will Smith and his recent Netflix special is causing the internet to shake. Yes, if you haven't seen it, you need to go to Netflix and watch Chris Rock's stand-up special called Selective Outrage. Now, unlike previous Netflix comedy specials, Selective Outrage marked the first ever live stand-up comedy set. Now, this allowed Chris Rock to get all of his frustrations out after the infamous slap at last year's Oscars. Yeah, Chris has not talked about that slap until now on his Netflix special, and it's been almost a year, and he goes off on Will Smith and his wife Jada Pickett Smith. Now, following Chris's rant about Will Smith during his live stand-up special, viewers have taken to Twitter to express their thoughts. Now, viewers noted that Rock, he cooked Smith and Jada. Now, one viewer posted The Rock finished Jada and Will the way he should have. I'm proud of him for holding on to that for a whole year. Yes. Now, one person wrote on Twitter, it says, Will Smith and Jada watching the last 10 minutes of Chris Rock's special. Yes. Now, Chris didn't come out on stage talking about him. He waited till the very end to talk about that infamous slap. And boy, I don't want to ruin it for y'all, but he also talked about that entanglement that Will Smith's wife, Jada Pickett, had with the little boy, Alcina, whatever his name is, this little boy right here, it came out and she told the world about her going with this little boy. It was her son's friend. And she started going together, in which lasted 4 years. In which, after the breakup, the guy came out and said that, Will Smith gave him his blessings. He knew about them going together. And then, if that wasn't embarrassing enough, Jada made Will sit at her red table internet show and discuss about her entanglement, her going with this little boy, and how did it make him feel. And he sat there, and that's one of the things Chris dwelled on. He exposed them for what they were. He said, now these ninjas put this on the internet for everyone to see, he said everybody's been cheated on, he said, but how many people have been cheated on and had their cheater come on and ask them how did they feel to be cheated on. He said, and everybody, after Will Smith did that, everybody everywhere called him a bitch for sitting on stage with his wife talking about, him being cheated on by his wife, And, Chris said everybody in the world called Will Smith a bitch for doing that. He went on to say everybody called him a bitch. Then Will Smith didn't slap nobody but him. He slapped somebody he know he could get away with. Said, Will Smith had selective outrage. Now, he wasn't outraged that his wife put him on and made him look like a bitch. Didn't talk about nobody, didn't go on TV, didn't slap nobody but Chris, And, it did. It really did. So, Chris Rock, he just exposed the Smiths for what they are. Will and Jada always said that they had an open marriage and they went with whoever they wanted to go with, and it was rumored that he went with men, she went with women, and and everything was just nice. They just had an open relationship. And then when this the young boy came on saying, hey, yeah, yeah, I went with her, and we sat down. He gave us some, blessings. Everybody was like, what? And at first Jada wasn't, saying, that's why she talking about entanglement. It wasn't. It was entanglement, all right. But everybody knew how weird the Smiths were. But after this, it just came out, and I've been told that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett are livid about this network special. I don't know why, but they said that Will is embarrassed and outraged, and he just wished that Chris Rock would let the slap go. I mean, yeah, he wished that. I mean, I'm glad Chris came out and did this, because when the slap happened, not many brothers would have let this go. I mean, you would have seen two Negroes fighting on that stage if he would have slapped anybody else. But I believe Chris Rock handled that professional, and I don't care how long it took him to come out and talk about this slap. I think he should. I think it's his right to talk about it, because Will, you had no business slapping this man. Yeah, you made a bitch ass move, and now you're the bitch. He turned it around on him. So I say kudos, bravo, and F Will Smith. Who cares if he's outraged? I'm sure Chris and his family was outraged, because Tony Rock, Chris didn't talk about stuff, but his comedian brother Tony talked about it. and they saying, Will have apologized. Look at here. After Will did that slap, if y'all remember, Will got an Oscar. And he stood up there and apologized to the Academy. Didn't apologize to the man, and the man was in the room. Okay? The next day, so this lets you know somebody had to tell Will, hey, you better get on publicly and apologize to this man. Now, the next day, okay, he goes on and apologizes again to the Academy. Apologize again. No, first apology to Chris for slapping Chris. But Chris said it out his mouth. He's still waiting on his apology. Said Will never picked up the phone and calmly, apologized to this man. Now, he apologized publicly, but I'm like, Chris, don't you think something in you would have told you to pick up the phone? I mean, it's not like y'all were enemies. Y'all been hanging out and everything. Nothing in you told you to pick up this phone and say, man, I want to apologize to you. I don't know what happened. Because if truth be told, you know what I think the whole thing was? Just for old time's sake, I've got the footage right here. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to let you see it. Here it is.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
Boys.
Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television.
Okay, now did you see that? Now Will was smiling and everything until Jada made that face. He was showing out in front of his wife. But can you see how crazy that is, and how this man just went from 0 to 140 just like that? Will was on some type of drug. I don't care what you say. This man was on something. Look at his eyes. And it was uncalled for, and they punished him and they banned Will. He can't go to the Oscars for what, 5 years, 5 or 10 years. I think it's 5 years, but I mean, they should have forfeited his award. They should have did. He should never be able to go. And one thing I'm gonna spoil for you if you haven't seen Chris Rock's comedy special. But at the end, out of all his jokes on them, he said, and the reason he didn't hit him back, he said, because my mama taught me better. He said, you don't supposed to fight in front of white folks, and drop the mic. Yes. Don't supposed to fight in front of nobody. But Baba, you don't be acting no fool in front of these white folks. So, if the rumor is right and they say that Will Smith is so embarrassed and mad at Chris Rock's Netflix, so be it. F you, Will Smith. F you. All right? All right, guys, I'm sorry I was long winded, but I got to hear from y'all. Press that comment button and just tell me what your thoughts are. I mean, hey, I feel that Chris Rock just slapped Will Smith the appropriate way. With these jokes. All right, guys, that's it for me. Just press that comment button. I'd like to hear your comments about this. And thank you so very much for watching my video. I hope that you will like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And as always important, be blessed, y'all.